Hi Capricorn, come on in, great to see you. Just in time for your Capricorn April 2020 reading. Hi, I'm Nigel Saint James, for those of you who have not met me before. Now, Capricorn subscribers, as you can see, I've spent the last hour or so in deep prayer and meditation for you to bring you peace, protection and energy through the month of April. And you'll definitely feel it, I promise it. So let's have a look at it. Oh, thank you also the Capricorns who I've done private readings for since last month's videos I've uploaded. Thank you also for recommending me to your friends. I appreciate the vote of confidence. I'm very grateful for that. Of course, I do readings for people on YouTube from all over the world, and since last month's uploads, United States, Canada, Great Britain, Australia, New Zealand, Singapore, Hong Kong, India, Brazil, Dubai, Turkey, Greece, Italy. It's amazing the reach that YouTube has. It's amazing. There's the 9 of discs. So if you'd like to have your own private reading and a little one-on-one time, then just check out the description box below and there's my details and we can take it from there. And I would enjoy meeting you. And let's see what else there is for you. There's the 9 of discs. A fascinating card, that is. There's the 6 of discs. A lot of material things going on for you. There's the 4 of cups. Good. There's the Page of Cups. Excellent. And there's the Emperor. Capricorn, Capricorn, Capricorn. This is going to be your month, I think. Let's have a look to see what there is coming up in store. Let's pull these 3 cards. There's the 3 of Diamonds, the Jack of Diamonds, the 10 of Diamonds. Capricorn, looks like it's going to be a good month for you. So come down, sit down next to me. Let's have a look at this art together while I explain what I think it means for you. Okay, Capricorn, let's get straight into it. What a fantastic set of cards for you. This is going to be a great month. Here we have this figure here for the 9 of discs. Now, those of you who are initiated into the occult will recognize the image of Baphomet here. What that image means, those who are initiated into the occult will know. But for our purposes now, let me tell you that this astrology for this card is, what do I think it's going to be here? I think it's Venus ruling the second decan of Virgo, you know, that 3rd to the 12th of September. Now, the planet Venus, well, that's concerned with love, relationship, and money. And these things are, I think, expressions of your values, your pleasures, your tastes, aren't they? I think so. Venus is saying that if your heart is pure and you follow your heart, your life can only gain from this, and good fortune will attend your material affairs. Now, Virgo, like you, is an earth sign, and it's associated with practical matters, with discrimination, and with organization. Also note the numerology here is the number 9, which is the sacred number that always turns in on itself. 9 2s are 18, 1 and 8 are 9, 9 4s are 36, 3 and 6 are 9, and so on. You can multiply that for as long as you want, and you'll always come back when you break the number down to the number 9. Very much a karmic number here for you, and it speaks to me of gain, of rewards for efforts, of realizing your goals. Let me pull that out a bit for you. Yeah, I think you're getting the seeds now for financial and personal independence, some material security and self-sufficiency. I think that projects, situations, and relationships that you're involved with will produce for you some material gain. And now it's not going to be this is not wealth. It's not anything like Bill Gates or the Queen of England or the Tata family in India. But you'll start moving ahead. This isn't wealth, but you will start moving ahead. This is the Lord of Material Gain, this card. And it usually relates to money, but it can mean gain, bonded by love, and also the understanding that the more that you give, the more that you receive. You realize that, don't you? I think that this is really a general period of improvement in all the areas of your life. Possible that you could receive some gifts, financial gifts. There's a lot of karmic reward here for you, and good luck and good management in financial affairs. Yeah, I think you're going to start to come into a period of financial security after hard work and planning. Do you really know what is the highest goal in your life? Check carefully whether that which you call gain is in full harmony with your ultimate goal. And have this thought in mind that everything that happens today serves my growth. The more I give, the more I receive. Tremendous, tremendous. Well, while we're on the theme of that, let's have a look at this card. Because these came out first, didn't they, I think? My memory is deteriorating. There we go. Is that in focus? Yeah. Well, this is really, for me, the Lord of Material Success. It is this time the moon ruling another earth sign, Taurus, the second decan of Taurus, that 1st to the 10th of May. Now, in ordinary astrology, the moon is exalted in Taurus, which is a great sign, but the moon's transient nature means that success may be short-lived. But when you think about it, that's the way success is, isn't it? I mean, you have a success here, and you have a success here, and you have a success here. It's not a continuum that runs along the line. So successes, you achieve success and then you go on. So the moon ruling the second decan of Taurus, well, the moon likes nurturing and comfort, and Taurus likes the material things in life, so they're really well suited for bringing about really material success is what I see here for you. Yeah, this is, let me just pull this out so we can see it. This is, as I say, and such a great compliment for this second card that's come out here. Also, generosity both ways, paying it forward, really receiving a financial boost. If there are anyone there who's applying for a scholarship for a college, I think that this may well prove to be fruitful, and anybody who's interested in obtaining some relief under the welfare system, I think that this is also going to be fruitful as well. This is talking about really great energy for financial prosperity. Now, there could well be an opportunity to be involved in a profitable adventure, but it's a reminder for you to remember the successes in your life and to build on those. You know, very often we'll look at an objective that we want ahead of us and we think it's all uphill, but we forget that we're standing on a mountain of achievement and experience, and really, to get the objective, it's a question very often of just moving across, or even sometimes going downhill to it, rather than thinking that it's uphill. So take good stock of yourself. Just be aware, have confidence in yourself, and understand that you do already have a lot of experience and things to offer. There is also here, I think, a desire for success. And the advice of spirit is to be willing to take risk, if that's the situation, to be committed, trust your intuition, and really ask yourself, what does success mean for you at the moment? Be open to your success. It is no less than a gift that you can learn to accept thankfully and humbly. Real success only comes once you've learned to serve. Success under these conditions enriches all level of your being, and visualize as precisely as possible what your success looks like. Visualize it before you go to sleep at night and let your subconscious work on it. I'll have this thought in mind. My self-acceptance and self-confidence are the keys to real success. Yep, that's certainly the case. Now, let's have a look. I'm going to go here to this Page of Cups. Let's have a look at her. Hello, Miss. What do you have to tell us? Well, the first thing I think that she's saying is that people with the signs of Scorpio or Sagittarius or Libra are going to be important to you during this period. Generally, this represents a woman, a young woman, who's very gracious, quite voluptuous, sweet, gentle, kind, very romantic and dreamy. The princess represents the earth. So she's this page here is the earth, really, and she's in the suit of cups, water, earth and water. Well, that really talks to me about her having the faculty of crystallization. She represents the power of water to give substance to idea, to support life, and to form the basis of chemical combinations that are necessary for things to grow. Now, the character, I think, of this page is infinitely gracious. All sweetness, voluptuousness, gentleness, kindness, and tenderness are really in her character, but she lives in a world of romance, almost someone who's in the perpetual dream of rapture. Now, superficially, she might be thought to be selfish and lazy, but this is really a false impression of her because she really goes about her work silently and unassumedly. So she can sometimes get a bad rap. I'd say this, what she is talking about is that you may well find that you are really quite romantic and you will be very kind during this period. You'll have a lot of depth. She has depth. She is in the ocean. But she can sometimes get lost in romance and kind of have her eyes shut to the environment, be something of a dreamer and not really engage in life. So you need to remember there's nothing wrong with romance. I mean, that's what makes the world go round, and we've got to have love, because without love, your life just flashes by. But this is saying to you really to trust your feelings and perceptions. You really are on the right path. Now, is there anything that's preventing you from being fully free? Well, this is saying that you've got the opportunity to let go of it as well. Imagine you are surrounded by water and are dancing the dance of salvation and freedom with light, flowing movements. And have this thought in mind. It's very important for you in this period. The more I love myself, the more I can share with others. Now, seeing as we have just dealt with that Cups card there, let's have a look at this one, the Four of Cups. Well, look at the way the shell has been washed up onto the shore that's there. This is, for me, the Lord of blended pleasure. It is the moon in the third decan of Cancer, that 12th to the 22nd of July. Now, in ordinary astrology, moon rules Cancer, which I think today is really the only strength of this card in this spread. The underlying message I think that's coming up here is that you want to be emotionally fulfilled in a deep way, but maybe you're going about it in the wrong way. Now, the moon is associated with the principle of flux and change, and your emotional states may be shifting like the phases of the moon. Yeah. Be careful about just settling for what you have and any inertia during this period. Be careful of not appreciating what you do have or wanting what you can't have. I think that it's important to say also that this is very much about love, tenderness, care, and emotional riches, this card. It's a really great card to have. There's a great foundation for those things there. The 4 is about stability and foundation. But, well, there's always a but, isn't there? And as I say, I've just got the feeling that for this spread today, we've got the situation where you might have some sort of boredom or dissatisfaction in your life. Maybe you're too familiar with your environment. There might be a moment where you lack motivation and you need to set new goals. Or you might be looking at material things for happiness, seeking temporary pleasure as an escape from feeling discontented. Now be careful, because sometimes substance abuse can arise when this energy is around here. It does remind you to realize what you do have and to appreciate it, because there's certainly a lot of others that are worse off than you. This is, however, saying that you are being given much love and devotion and enjoy it without becoming dependent on it. Are you in any relationship, and it's broadly, in which you feel restricted? Are you devoted to someone and providing the proper expression of love? And then after answering those questions self-critically, consider how you should move forward. Yeah, I think that's all I need to say about that card there. There's nothing else going to add to the energy that's around. Let's have a look at this one. Is this the final one? Yep, and then we'll do the playing cards. Well, here we have the Emperor. The Emperor takes the diversity and abundance of life from the Empress card, and he organizes it and puts it in order and imposes law upon it. He is the number 4, and as such, he is extremely stable and is the embodiment of the idea of Earth. He is the earthly father archetype and king of kings, ruler of the 4 quarters of the earth, the 4 pillars that hold up the heavens, the 4 sides of a pyramid, stable and square. He imposes order and harmony on the elements. He is the manifestation of spirit into earth. Like King Arthur from legend, or the Fisher King of legend, he is the land. He and the kingdom are one, as if his own body were divided up into mountains and plains, oceans and deserts. The fate of the land is his fate. All 4 elements are represented in this card: the dragonfly and red clothes for fire, the pentagram on his hand and rings for earth, the blue stone in the hilt of the sword for water, and the sword, which is really a phallus, I suppose, channeling it up into the air with the clouds and lightning and birds. Yes, the chief among the mighty. The son of the morning. A lot of Aries in here, ruled by Mars and with the sun exalted. This is someone who is a builder, a doer, a pioneer, a visionary, and you'll have those qualities during this period. Now, I think you're going to be primarily concerned with power and control over other people or over yourself. I think you'll be seen as being a natural leader and organizer. Your willpower and judgment will be really first rate, and this is the result of the life experiences that you've had to date. You will obtain success through discipline and application. I think you'll be something of a rational thinker. Status, I think, is going to be quite important to you, as is material security and stability. I think it's also the case that you may well be quite volatile and fiery during this period. Take me, O husband, draw me up unto you, O monarch of my soul. This is a period where you'll be bringing about structure and organization to things, because emperors don't leave things to chance. The emperor is a person who doesn't react. The emperor makes things happen. The emperor doesn't get stressed, he gives stress. And so that is the general energy, I think, that's coming to you this month. Well, let's have a look at these playing cards, shall we? Just incidentally, there is something here I'll mention, and it's just an energy that's coming up. And I don't mean any disrespect by it, but in personal relationships, romantic relationship settings, I am getting the feeling here of discipline, which could extend to activities involving discipline in the bedroom, and nothing wrong with that with consenting adults. But let's have a look at these cards here. Here we go. Now with the 3, this 3 is really about, kind of spreading out, extension, development and growth. Sometimes it can relate to third parties. It can sometimes relate to the loss of direction or changes in mind, sometimes business problems. There may well be indecision regarding money matters or success or status. And these things could lead to confusion or delays or quarrels. It's a very good idea to make sure that your lines of communication with all the interested parties are kept open when this card appears. And sometimes there can be the potential for legal problems which result from documents. Let's have a look here. This card here has, when I do private readings, in the past it has had a number of different faces attached to it and different energies which come up. But for our purposes today, I think that this Jack of Diamonds here can represent motivations, intentions, or messages. It's kind of like the messenger. It's a card of transaction. This is someone who brings news, which could be good or bad. It can sometimes represent a person in uniform, and it can sometimes relate to confusion and anxiety. But let's have a look at this card. Now, I told you how the rest of this spread here has been saying what an outstanding period this is going to be for you in terms of your material success. Well, this card is really the money tree. It's the card of prosperity. It could also mean traveling abroad, or having dealings with people who are abroad. It is a card of financial success, and really the best money card to appear in a spread. Financial success, especially in a business that requires travel, is what I'm getting. It's a good card to have when starting a business or a project. And I think the changes are occurring with the result that financial success is going to come from it. And again, I'm getting very much that feeling there of travel, which is associated with it. Well, that's the way it is for you this month. Well, there you go, another month done, and I trust you enjoyed receiving that reading as much as I did providing it to you. I've got to say this, that you were absolutely outstanding throughout the entire course of the reading, and it was a great pleasure to provide it to you. But I want you to remember one thing, and it is this, that you are a legend, and I look forward to seeing you again next month. Until then, bye for now.